Tuina Mulamwa Oguli very important. Armed robberies in the city center. Nakuzino ababbi abemundu beyongedde. Amabukedde olaba nti awano omusuubuzi we watseka naye bamukubye amasasi ku gate. She's a businesswoman in the market, and she was shot right in front of her gate. And we're going to talk about this and ask what is the reason for the increase of these robberies. So what is the police doing? What is the government doing? Have you ever experienced an armed robbery? No. But do you know a friend who has been a victim?
I don't have a friend who has been a victim, but I've heard stories of people being in such cases, incidents, and most armed robbery are deadly. Most people die. Yeah.
Some of your experience in the Kobakari, sometimes
yes, one day I experienced it. We are coming from from Baratko to Masaka. Then around there is a forest around the Mpanga there. Then some people tried to enter in the bus. We had stopped for just a short call. Then people tried to enter inside. Then all of us, they just put us on gunpoint, checking money. But for me, what I saw, the problem with people, most of people having guns. Some people, they go in the police, they are given those guns for protection, and then afterwards, they go outside to make their money and use those guns.
Hey, the police gives.
I think the police, there are some people, if you have money, you go there, you pay, then you are just given a gun. Then those guns, I think, they are the one they are using most of the time on the roads. That's
so
why
they
are
officers themselves.
Yes.
What were the experiences they went into which?
Yeah, for me, one time we were moving from Jinja to Kampala. Now in Mabira Forest, there are these guys who come out from the bushes once you park, because some of them stop the vehicles. So once you park, they come with their guns and then ask you for whatever you have, and then they take it. Okay,
but if you're driving in Mabira, why would you stop?
Okay, you can find like a roadblock which is just put there
by police.
Even though they're not policemen, some of them are just robbers. You just find them standing on the roadside. Some come in the middle of the road, then they stop you, and then they ask you for items and what. Some of them make you drive inside Mabira Forest, and then they take your things. Yeah, it happened.
You are as shocked as me.
Yeah, I'm so shocked. Because I mean, if I'm driving to camp, anyway, at a gunpoint you can do it to save your life. Because you think if I drive into the forest, they won't kill me. So I think that's what happened. It was out of fear.
Sabogoroza church they say cases zino kweyo.
Engije kiri tekala moja. Wali emundu nyingi. Zendoza babbi banzo kwa bakwesa omukiso ogwo.
Kata
babba kala moja ne bagula emundu. Ne baziyeta ne batisa. Ne subira nti police esobola okukola ekintu ne etunda emundu olw'ensonga nti emundu wogitunda oba wogigaba ino gikubuuza. Naye babbi basobola okuba bakwesa omukiso ogende kala moja. Gwe kala moja ne abali awalinanye Kenya bayina emundu. Osobola okugenda n'ogula emundu n'okomawo n'okola kyoyagala.
Yes, abo badde nakyo.
Badde ngamba emundu ezisinga abamu bazijja Sudan. Nawulira nti emundu Sudan eringa ku mitwalo 2 egya Uganda. Ati kiba cheap nnyo omuntu okujja eri emundu n'azireeta. Engeri registration wano mu Kampala, mu Uganda, some guns, most of them are not registered. So the problem is people pick them from Sudan and bring them into Uganda. Checkpoints, they don't overcheck people. People can enter with the guns. Another thing, one of the causes is unemployment for the youth. Most of the thieves and what the armed robbers are youth without employment.
Youth
so they don't have employment, so they get those guns and commit those acts.
Yeah, I think it's the little money given to the policemen. Because if you're given little salary, you have to find a way of earning a living. So I think when the armed robbers come to them to buy guns, they just sell them to them. And the unseriousness in the army, should I say the army or the police? Because if I gave a gun to a family so and so, I should follow up. If it's found with at least at the scene where the case took place, they should follow up and see who was the owner of the gun. But like recently I saw on TV, they found a gun at the scene, and trust me, I don't know if they followed up the owner of the gun too. like to ask, to question him, why is it that your gun was used to kill someone?
Yes, sir.
Naye nga nyongera ku nsonga y'omukyalo. Ewaffe y'omukyalo, owa poliisi. Engeri gyabawa ndoza sente ntono omukyalo no kyeyagamba. Yeyagamba bamuwa omutwalo gumu olunaku. Ate nga alina abaana 8 n'abakazi 2. Ye nga kyakola ekiro akola okuva ku ssaawa 12 ez'ekiro ez'olweggulu paka ku makya. Kati ngo makya alina ababbi baagiwa tebakuteekako mu kibira. Ewaffe omukyalo emirimu gyaffe ettema eti mu kibira, batuteekako eyo mu kibira eyo mu kibira ne batubba. Naye nga yalina emmundu, naye ngaomuvubuka ffe twali tumulaba twagenda okwekala mu kibira naye ng'alina emmundu. Netwebuuza engeri yalijo. Kati bagenda omukwata okubifolowinga obulungi nga mu poliisi yapangisa bano.
And the problem is they didn't act after. Bwebamala okumanya nti wa poliisi yamuwa emundu baakola ki? So ne wa poliisi agamba baamuta
bamuzaawo yatugenda ekiseera nga poliisi akyaliko.
That causes the rise. Kubanga lwa poliisi agamba abajja kunkwata, so let me muveeyo.
Twafunye omukusana ntugera ne ASP Muleterwa Anatoli. He's a community liaison officer Uganda Police. Uno katubule ku bintu ekintu kino ekya armed robberies. Butukoma tutunulire what can we do? Fenga public, what are we doing to protect ourselves from such crimes? Tunuyati.
Uganda is a country bordered by a number of countries. Some of these countries harbor belligerent forces. Take an example of the DRC, an example of Somalia, and even Southern Sudan. So it can be possible that some of the guns that are used by the goons could be sourced from such angles. Secondly, we have also established that some of our partners in the prevention of crime, especially the private security guards, are the ones who are now turning against the people they are supposed to secure to begin committing crime. We have continued to engage the private security organizations and especially the directors and given them our minimum standards. Whoever wishes to break that shall be held responsible. For those, especially the guards, it is a standing order that for a guard to be involved in any armed robbery, he or she is to be court-martialed. Armed robbery is a felony that attracts a harsher sentence, say a minimum of 10 years and maximum life imprisonment, or even death, depending on what he has committed. There are criteria under which one must be able to attain a gun, officially. And therefore, that's why you find in our region we have the most lowest instances of armed robbery. For example, unless one is of the age 21 and above years, a Ugandan or somebody who has attained a level of that maturity, he cannot be able to secure a gun. If one has to get a gun, he has to undergo training. And that training is done by a private security organization based at police headquarters. It undertakes such a candidate into rigorous firearms to show him that he or she can be able to control that gun. It is very, very important for every Mwananchi, especially viewing on this program, to be cautious about personal security. Be on the guard against any person whom you suspect to be a stranger to you. In case you are a border rider, because in most instances, these are people who are always used to commit them very fast because of the way they are able to move. If somebody is carrying something in a way that you suspect to be a dangerous item or weapon, try as much as possible to feign an excuse so that we can be able to arrest such a person.
Well, ASP Muleterwa, he's a community liaison officer, Uganda Police. He has talked about one thing: robbery attracts a maximum sentence of 10 years or life in prison. Have these people served their sentences?
It is so unfortunate to see these people back on the street doing the same activity. And I think there's something need to be done
What goes wrong there? Is it the judiciary? Is it the police?
It's the police, because after the judiciary passes the sentence, it's normally hard for them to overturn the sentence, but normally it's the police who at times make files disappear before they go to the judiciary, or even after going to the judiciary, after they have been imprisoned, they are let out, and then that's why you find them out, and then you wonder how they went out. They just pay bribes and then they leave. That's what happened.
I think for me, I put this case to the police. Because police, the one should be at least making sure that those people at least let them remain in the prison or in the cells. But unfortunately, the corruption which is there, they are practicing. When you take somebody, you said, how much have you given us? How much have you given us? When you just don't give immediately after 2 hours, you see the same person outside doing the same act. Yeah, when you goes at us, you see that person just colonizing with those policemen, instead stealing people. When they take him inside the cell, they just immediately when you go.
As a gentleman, go to Alaba, Yagama never Namauli. What was it to move fire and then Kufayo in a couple of days? He was very confident.
It is common, like especially in Uganda. You find someone who is stealing like a chicken. The person stays long in the cell, in the prison. But someone who has stolen billions, the person is free.
Someone says in Uganda, if you're to rob, just steal.
So
you rob.
The rich people, for them, they're okay. Yeah, they are above the law to some extent. Yeah.
It's not being above the law. At the end of the day, it rotates around poverty. Because if I'm contented, if I'm the office and I'm contented, yeah, at least, and I love my country, and I know, because if he killed your son today, he might kill my son tomorrow. So I'll be like, no, I refuse the bribe. But if you're not contented with the salary, you receive the bribe and say, and you befriend that officer. Next time when they get you, the officer you
First of all, njagala okwebaza mwami Kayihura yazizaawo Wembley. Twali mukubideko no kubugalo kubanga Wembley bagizizaawo, but this one, it has a new name. This time it's called Violent Crimes Intelligence and Operations Unit. Yatan's already the robbery that was foiled in Tinda, police operatives in plain clothes bali on guard ne bapursuing emotoka eno ne bagifuna bagayi ne babalemesa okubba sente.